Hello and welcome to this brief video intro to a technology we'll be using in our upcoming Project Falcon workshop called NxtNote. NxtNote is a web-based tool, so you'll need to get a browser running, and we recommend you use either Internet Explorer or Chrome, or if you're using a Mac, Safari, and please don't use Firefox or Maxon or the other browsers. The URL that you'll type in is going to be cisco.nextnote.com. So when you get your browser running, up here in the URL, just type in cisco.nxtnote.com. You'll notice that there's no E in next. That's an easy mistake to make, so just enter that URL in and press the enter key. You'll be brought to the login screen. We'd like you to then type in your first name, your last name, and the session number we'll be using is 2133. Click on this join button and you'll be brought to the main NxtNote area. Over here on the left hand side we have what we call the sidebar, and the number of commands are there that we'll tell you about. You also will notice your first and last name at the top here. At any time in the workshop you can make yourself anonymous by selecting the anonymous button, turning that on or off. In addition, we're going to be printing to two printers. You'll notice on the screen here we have a video of one printer. Depending on where you are, you may want to print to the Bangalore printer, or in certain times you may want to print simultaneously to the San Jose and the Bangalore printer. So you'll be told which printers we'd like you to print to. This area here is what we call the themes, and these are exercises or topics that the facilitator is going to take you through, and as you select these various themes, you'll be allowed to capture information in this main NxtNote area here. So you can just type in whatever you would like over in here. As you select these various radio buttons, you'll notice that sometimes over here on the right hand side there's some additional information that we're going to ask you for. These are called fields, and sometimes they are a drop down where you have to choose from a specific list of options. Other times they are completely free form. You can type whatever you'd like in. But notice that some of them have red dots beside them, but others haven't got a red dot beside it. If it has a red dot, it means it's a required field. If you don't give us that information, you won't be allowed to print or capture the information. So let's say that you have a hot topic that you would like to capture. You click on the hot topic radio button, you type your comment in, and you'll press this big green button called the print button. Now in this case, I didn't enter a hot topic. It's got a red button beside it, so you get an error, meaning you're not able to print until you select. Go ahead and press the print button, and you'll notice that it will immediately print to the Bangalore printer. In this example, it comes out on the printer, and it also appears down here in the bottom of the screen. This is called the history log, and as you type and everyone else types in, this information that you're entering is being captured so that you can see what you've typed and what everyone else has typed in as well. Sometimes, depending on the exercise, you may select a radio button and it changes from capture to print. This simply means that we don't need to physically print a post-it note. We'll just capture it in the history log. There are going to be times as we work through the workshop when, especially if you're a remote or virtual, we're going to ask you to export information. This is essentially going to export the history log to an Excel spreadsheet. So you'll simply click on the export command over here on the sidebar, and then we'll ask you to click on the download now button on this first option. Whenever you're outside of the main NxtNote area, you can always return to it by clicking on back to session over here on the right hand side. Now let me show you what was printed when you sent that post-it note to our printer. If I peel it off and display it for you, what you have is the comment that you typed in. It's got additional information, but it also has a barcode here, and that barcode is going to become important in a couple of minutes. So once we do that, we'll just simply go ahead and put that onto the flip chart, and we'll then be able to scan that in almost instantly. During the workshop, we'll be able to at any time scan these barcodes in any order that they end up being moved to. So we'll just simply click on the button on the scanner. It's going to capture that data, enter it instantly into Excel, and we'll be able to share that with the team. Well, that's about it. Thanks so much for giving us a few minutes of your time, and we look forward to working with you coming up. Bye-bye.